when life decides to really knock you hard, what should be your first line of action or reaction?
Very simply put, there are two words.
Yes.
Hang on. पूरा अपना लाइफ का रिमोट कंट्रोल है ना, वो अपने पास है. द रिमोट इज विद अस. फिर इसको ब्लेम करो, उसको ब्लेम करो, बकवास है.
For you, what is equality of genders?
The opportunity to realize your full potential as a human being. So I speak person equality. I don't speak gender equality.
Don't you think that if women are party to the family expenses, to the money matters, they'll be more responsible while handling the expenses of the house?
If a woman is not working, तो उसको हम एक spending object करके देखते हैं. And many times I blame women also. They say, अरे ये देख लेते हैं.
What will you say is the one red flag for everyone where you ask them to just quit the relation there?
So in any relationship, when respect dilutes, that is the red flag.
What is toxicity according to you?
Yeah. It's when one person makes another person feel small.
Women do not want to get married, and somehow when they're convinced to get married, do you think premarital counseling is mandatory for couples to do?
I will first make one very important statement, that men also are not getting married because they are also very fearful of marriage.
How do you look at live-in relationships?
Live-in relations are very convenient.
I like that. Communication skills should be made as a mandatory subject very early in life.
लोगों को पता ही नहीं है कैसे नए लोगों से मिला जाए.
Life should have given all of us that one chance, that one restart, reset, refresh button.
That button is there, press it.
Yeah.
Do it right now.
आपण जीवनातून सुटण्यासाठी प्रवास करत नाही, तर जीवन आपल्या हातून सुटू नये यासाठी प्रवास करतो. या प्रवासाच्या प्रत्येक टप्प्यावरचे आपले सोबती म्हणजे आपली नाती. अगदी सुरुवातीपासून शेवटपर्यंतचं सगळ्यात महत्त्वाचं नातं ते आपलं स्वतःबरोबरचं. माणूस म्हणून आयुष्यभर तुम्हाला आणि मला पडणारे प्रश्न जवळजवळ सारखेच असतात. मात्र त्याची उत्तरं आपल्याला वेगवेगळी मिळतात. कारण आपल्या प्रत्येकाचा सिलेबसच वेगळा आहे. क्वेश्चन पेपर्स अजून वेगवेगळे आहेत. त्याच्यामुळे रिझल्ट्स व्हेरी होणारच. त्यामुळे कुठल्याही एका टप्प्याच्या तयारीचा कुठला एक फॉर्म्युला नाही, पण एक सिक्रेट मंत्र जरूर आहे. जग कसं झपाट्याने बदलत चाललंय आणि त्याबरोबर बदलतंय आपलं सोशल फॅब्रिक सुद्धा. मग आपणही थोडं थोडं बदलूया का? जर एकटं पडायचं नसेल किंवा जगाच्या मागे पडायचं नसेल तर नवनवीन सोशल स्किल्स शिकूया का? कारण या शिकलो तर जग जिंकलो. हे आजचा पॉडकास्ट बघितल्यानंतर नक्की पटेल. कारण आज आपल्याबरोबर गप्पा मारायला आहेत अ डिस्टिंग्विश्ड अकॅडमिशियन, अ लाईफ अँड रिटायरमेंट कोच and a trainer with over 3 decades of experience. With her doctoral specialization, she continues to contribute to community development through holistic approaches to life skills, social relevance, work-life integration, premarital counseling, pre- and post-retirement life planning, purposeful aging, and life design. So आज आयुष्यावर बोलूया बरंच काही. With a vivacious, optimistic, and wholesome on soulsome, Dr. Meera Kulkarni, the life coach.
Namaskar.
Namaskar. Thank you so much for gracing Soulsome with Sarika.
Thank you.
So, आपण life coach म्हणतोय. So, let's start with life itself. I know it might sound like a very negative note, but it's the fact that not everything that I want from life comes to me, isn't it? So, as a life coach, you tell me that when life decides to really knock you hard, what should be your first line of action or reaction?
Very simply put, there are two words.
Yes.
Hang on.
Oh, lovely.
So, hang on is a quality that is, within it is ingrained resilience. So, we all have inner strength inside us. There is no formula, as you correctly put, Sarika. There's no formula. Life will throw everything at us. So when it throws lemons, make a lime juice. when it hits you hard, get up, stand up again. And आपण आयुष्यात पाहतो की आपल्या आयुष्यात असे खूप सारे लोक भेटतात आपल्याला, अँड यू सी वाव, what kind of person.
Yeah.
And they've got up, and they're still on, and they're still walking the talk.
So
it's
we
wonderful.
inspire each other.
Yes, we do.
Yes.
So life is not about putting things in boxes, because it's very fluid, our life. It's very fluid. Knocks come at any time. Unexpected knocks come.
Oh yes.
जब हम बिल्कुल भी तैयार नहीं होते और पूरी जमीन से रख जाती है पैर के नीचे से, तो ऐसे में हम अपने आप से, जो आपने बहुत पहले बहुत ही अच्छा एक इंट्रोडक्शन में वर्ड यूज किया था कि व्हाट इज योर रिलेशन विथ योर सेल्फ, दैट इज द प्राइमरी थिंग दैट इज गोइंग टू पुल यू अलोंग इन योर लाइफ.
True that.
So, academician, we talk about universities and academics. I would speak about university of life.
Oh,
And it's so enchanting.
it is.
It's so creative. It's always new. And I think life teaches, if at all, at one thing. It is be open, to be flexible, adaptable, and learn. The minute you say, I know everything, and I can handle everything,
You're
done.
finished. Yeah.
You're done.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
But you really believe that life just happens, or you think that you have to make life happen?
Yeah. So on this, I have two takes.
Yes.
For some people, they go as per a plan, and their life is moved like that. They wanted to do this at this age, this at this age, and all the accomplishment flows like that. And for some people, accidents happen, magic happens. You suddenly meet people, you suddenly are in an event. So, and then you take a correct decision and you're doing something that is very meaningful to you. And it unknowingly has an impact across to many more people.
Oh yes.
Yes. So, तर असं काही फॉर्म्युला नाही आहे ग कि दिस वर्क्स, ये ऐसा करने से, प्लानिंग करने से उसकी तरह से जाएगा. पर प्लानिंग करने से ना हमारे फुटप्रिंट्स एक डायरेक्शन में जाता है ना, तो इधर उधर हम घूम नहीं जाते. तो जहाँ हमारा फ्लो जाना है, शायद वहाँ उसके लिए हम प्रिपेयर्ड है. तो जब कहीं और नॉक आता है, तो वो प्रेपरेशन से हम दूसरी तरफ फ्लेक्सिबिलिटी से जा सकते हैं.
Oh, that is what you're trying
that
to
is
say.
where your energy also moves with it, with a change in direction.
So eventually, life has its way of giving you what you deserve.
Yes.
Whether it's planned or not planned.
Yes, I agree there.
Beautifully.
Completely.
On that note, we start.
Okay.
So let's say to ensure a good return on investment later in life, how should you invest in yourself in the prime years?
Yeah. So the responsibility of self-growth, the responsibility of continuously improving yourself, the responsibility of refining yourself, the responsibility of being better than what you were is yours. Don't blame anybody.
And let only you be your competition.
Yes. तो पूरा अपना लाइफ का रिमोट कंट्रोल है ना, वो अपने पास है. द रिमोट इज विथ अस. फिर इसको ब्लेम करो, उसको ब्लेम करो, बकवास है. So my life, I can move it my way. Yes, not everybody will be agreeing, like we don't agree with other people. Everybody will not agree with me. But that's okay. It's my life. I'm okay about it. I seek validation from others.
Oh yes.
And sometimes in that trap, I become inauthentic to my own self. मैं जो हूँ वो ही नहीं रही. तो फिर मैं क्या हूँ?
हर एक के हिसाब से मैं बदल रही हूँ.
तो मेरे लिए कब मैंने आवाज उठाई, इसके बारे में मैं थोड़ा एक एग्जाम्पल देती हूँ. ऑस्ट्रेलियन एक ऑथर ने एक किताब लिखा है, बुक ऑन रिग्रेट्स. एंड द फर्स्ट रिग्रेट, she was with terminally ill patients. और फिर उनसे इंटरव्यू लिया उसने, और उसने कुछ रिग्रेट्स, कॉमन रिग्रेट्स के थ्रेड्स पिक किए.
राइट.
तो उसमें जो सबसे पहला रिग्रेट था कि मैंने अपनी नहीं सुनी. मैं लोगों के दबाव में, प्रभाव में आके मैंने करियर डिसाइड किया, मैंने अपनी जिंदगी बदली. थ्री इडियट्स मूवी
Oh,
था.
yes.
आय थिंक दॅट वॉज सो इन्स्पिरेशनल ऑन दिस. तर आपण आपलंच ऐकत नाही, आपल्याला काय करायचं याचा विचारच करत नाही. सो हू आर यू इम्प्रेसिंग? And at the fag end in your life, those people are not going to be with you.
All right.
And we are always answerable to ourselves. You know? So, Sarika, even this journey, a very different journey you have taken. Professionally, you're doing something else. And to add to that, you wanted to do something else. You heard your heart.
Oh, yes, completely.
Yeah. So, this is the beauty of
Of life.
purpose-driven.
Oh.
Purpose-driven, meaningful life, you know.
And to add to that, the kind of happiness, the kind of fulfillment that this journey is giving me,
Yeah.
now I get it when you say that you should just do what you feel,
Feel
like,
like doing. True.
So,
Yes.
to sum it up, take charge of your own life.
Yes. Yes.
I'm sure you'll agree with me when I say that in the present times, our social structure is rapidly evolving, or should I say changing, especially when it comes to women. Yeah, because majority of us are working women today. So do you think that is changing equations all around in our society?
So, you know, the women of today, and if I look at certain Pune women of the past, oh God, they were so strong. आणि त्यांना तेव्हा सोसायटीमध्ये केवढं ऑपोजिशन होतं आणि त्याच्यातून पण त्या बायका उभ्या राहिल्या आणि दे वर फ्री टू एक्सप्रेस. दे वर नॉट इम्प्रेसिंग एनीबडी. दे डिड नॉट गेट सबजुगेटेड. Now, if I look at that journey and I look at a woman today, now, myself from one generation, you from another generation, and I look at young people, I look at Gen Z girls.
Yes.
So I said, we've come a long way. 3 cheers to us. We've come a long way. And त्याच्यामध्ये मी आणखी एक वाक्य टाकते, ॲरोगन्स नको. म्हणजे we've somewhere that arrogance of, my job, my career, and I'm doing it all, and why the hell do I need anybody else? In that somewhere, we are putting down
Our own selves.
ourselves as well as the male population.
And we don't need to do
we
that.
don't need to be yourself and allow them to be themselves. They are also changing. I will start with this statement.
And
they are
that's,
also changing, and they have seen a lot of things which their fathers never did and they are doing. Grandfathers never dreamt of doing,
Oh, man.
which they are doing.
Yes.
Right? So please give that credit also. Now, to a woman who is being herself, तो सबसे बड़ी चीज है कि वो अपने आप को एपोलॉजेटिक मत समझे. यू डोंट लिव अ लाइफ ऑफ एपोलॉजी कि मैं ना परफेक्ट बहू नहीं बनी, परफेक्ट वाइफ नहीं बनी, परफेक्ट माँ नहीं बनी, परफेक्ट. ये रोल्स है, हमारी गीता में भी बताया है. एंड प्लीज डोंट प्ले दैट सुपर ह्यूमन. एक रोल शायद आपका कम प्ले होता है और कुछ रोल में आप एक्सेप्शनल हो. तो जहां पर जो आपने बोला ना, धागा जहां मुझे हैप्पीनेस मिल रहा है, सो इफ दैट थिंग आई कॉम्प्रोमाइज ऑन, आई विल नेवर बी हैप्पी. तो रोल्स ही प्ले करने हैं हमने, कोई सुपर कुछ नहीं करना है. जहां दिल की सुनो, जितना कर रहे हो खुशी से करो और अपॉलॉजी मत करो कि ये नहीं वो नहीं वो नहीं ये नहीं. क्या है एक जिंदगी. सो वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, we live every day, and finally we die once.
Yeah.
So why not live every day well? To every woman, every man, and every human being. This should be our goal. Let us all live fully.
Absolutely. Absolutely. But when we are talking about men and women, so obviously that brings me to the next question, and that is, we hear a lot of women and men talking about equality of genders, and to a layman, equality could mean anything. But to a life coach, since you are an expert at it, like for example, if you ask me, for me, equality is cerebral opportunities. Men and women should be given equal opportunities. But for you, what is equality of genders? And how close are we today?
Yeah. So the set of innate skills that a woman has and set of innate skills that a man has, if they complement each other, huh, then both of them are happy in their workspace professionally, in their home space personally. So to me, equality is the opportunity to realize your full potential as a human being.
So man or woman is irrelevant.
Irrelevant. As a human being, तुम जिस पर्पस से इस दुनिया में आए हो, वो पूरा पर्पस तुमने कंप्लीट किया या नहीं?
मैम बट कई बार ये पर्पस समझने में आधी जिंदगी निकल जाती है.
तो आधी है ना.
So you are looking at the glass half full.
बिकॉज ना सबका ऐसा सॉर्टेड नहीं होता है ना, कि सब हमको पर्पस पता है, हम क्यों पैदा हुए, हमने क्या काम करना है, नहीं पता होता है. पर जैसे हम अपनी जर्नी कर रहे होते ना, हमें पता चलता है, वी स्टार्ट पिकिंग अप, ये अच्छा लग रहा है, वो अच्छा लग रहा है, ये अच्छा लग रहा है, तो ये इसका एक किटी बनाओ, है ना, एंड देन वर्क अराउंड दैट, and then you will find
your purpose.
Yeah. So to realize my whole potential in this lifetime is equality. Opportunities that come to me should come equally to me and to any other person. So I speak person equality. I don't speak gender equality.
Wow. Really, really well summed again. Even if we talk about equality of genders, considering the opportunities, we cannot ignore the fact that men and women are wired very differently. Generally, men are risk takers and women look out for security. Yeah. So I'm trying to bring you to the point of what is the common ground for both today and for generations to come, and that is the importance of money today in our lives, around us, in our society, because that is primary. Yeah. So I'm trying to come to financial stability for both the man and the woman. Yeah. But let's talk about financial literacy before we talk about financial stability, because there's a huge difference between a man and a woman today, again, when it comes to that. So what I'm trying to say is, women mostly, if it's a homemaker, it's a housewife, then she's not even sometimes aware of her husband's salary, let alone everything else. Don't you think that if women are party to the family expenses, to the money matters, they'll be more responsible while handling the expenses of the house?
Yeah, very, very interesting dimension, you know, that in our society, if a woman is not working, तो उसको हम एक स्पेंडिंग ऑब्जेक्ट करके देखते हैं. मतलब वो खर्चा करेगी, भाजी लाएगी, किराना लाएगी, शॉपिंग करेगी, गिफ्ट्स लाएगी, बट उसको इन्वेस्टमेंट के बारे में शायद कुछ ज्ञान दिया नहीं जाता है. एंड मेनी टाइम्स आई ब्लेम विमेन ऑल्सो. दे से अरे ये देख लेते हैं.
And I'll tell you, ironically, it's the working women. They will know how to earn money, but they will pride themselves in the fact that the man takes care of the money.
Yes.
So I just leave it to him.
Yes.
And that is making her vulnerable.
Yes.
Is what I feel.
Yes. So across, you know, there was a reel going on. So this lady is heading Tata Motors. She's heading Tata Motors and designing everything. But when the car was to be purchased in the house, the children asked the father to decide. So this is a contradiction. And this is a paradox in which we are living. So women also have to be very assertively looking into their spending, their investment, their avenues of pleasure, leisure, hobby, and keeping money for that too. You know, so what I would say that for every woman, she should have a house in her name. She should have some emergency fund. और इधर मैं एक बात बोलना चाहती हूँ कि ये चीज़ ना हाउसवाइफ्स बहुत अच्छे से करते हैं. So somewhere, you know, there's a smug कि we are professional working, but the housewives have always kept emergency funds for the family.
Yes, they are very good at that.
वो कैसे किया? तो आता है. ऐसे भी मैं बोलती हूँ, I go to workshops across India. So I came across one place, a very small city, where the entire salary was given to the woman all the women in that small place were handling finance. And the men said, वो अच्छे से कर रही है, वही सब इन्वेस्टमेंट देखती है, बच्चों को कहाँ पर कितना फीस लगेगा उसका भी प्लानिंग वो करती है. मतलब जब अपॉर्चुनिटी दिया जाए और वुमन के पास वो विलिंगनेस चाहिए, हाँ, सीखने को. मैं ऐसे भी विमेन को मिली, नहीं नहीं मुझे नहीं ये कुछ समझता, नंबर्स नहीं.
Exactly.
अरे पैसा नंबर्स में ही है, इट्स क्वांटिटी.
You have to
You have
understand.
to understand. So थोड़ा एफर्ट लो एंड लर्न इट. इट्स नो बिग डील. अब हर चीज सीखे हो, हर नई रेसिपी बनाई है. You've gone through so many things, arranging marriages, weddings, whatever. So this is a small skill. You should know about your money.
Oh yes.
It gives you a lot of sense of autonomy, control, and you feel secure. As you said ना, women को security चाहिए, तो अपनी security तो हम खुद बनाएंगे.
और अगर वो नहीं बना पाए
तो सीखो.
हाँ.
ऐसे बहुत सारी एजेंसीज हैं. इनफैक्ट देर आर पीपल टुडे इन पुणे who are going into a mission of financial literacy. They're just teaching women how to handle finances.
That's lovely.
Yeah.
Yeah. But also, you learn, that is one thing. But there should be some steps that a husband can take just to make the woman secure in case of dire consequences I'm
Yes,
talking about.
yes.
So what could the basic steps be that the husband could take for a wife, let's say?
So I think our legal system has done this very beautifully.
Is it?
So if a lady is not earning and she's a homemaker, so this is the amount that is valued as her work.
Oh,
Please keep that amount per se in a SIP
okay.
in her name. Huh? Let her be the first owner, and you put your name as a second nominee. Huh? So that builds a sense of security.
Yes.
Then all the investments of a home. Now here I'd like to share a story. This man tells me in financial planning, he does like that, that I have 5 crores.
Oh my.
Huh? Then next day he comes with his wife, and his wife is crying. And we had a time together later, and she said, ma'am, I know he keeps losing money in the market. He's gaming. He doesn't tell us anything. And I myself, she herself was a professor who had quit her job. And she said, for me and my children, we do not know where money is coming tomorrow. Everything is a secret.
And that should not be the case.
That should not be the case. You should be. और कौन है? अगर तुम अपने पार्टनर से वो शेयर नहीं करते हो, और जैसे आपने बोला कि अभी काहीतरी असं घडलं की यू आर नॉट देयर, अनटूवर्ड, तो फिर तुम कैसे हैंडल करोगे? तो एक बुक रखो. एंड आई ऑलवेज से प्लीज कीप अ डिजिटल print of your financial planning, but please keep old school diary.
Keep it written in a diary.
Yeah. Written in a diary, and inform your wife, inform your husband, spouse,
Yes.
how what has been done and how we have planned for ourselves, right? So in case of that, and then the children, if you are, so a lot of people also have a little hesitation. बच्चों को बता दिया तो बच्चे नालायक हो जाते हैं.
Yeah.
इतना कमाया हुआ है.
That is a very common trait.
तो बता दो कि ऐसी एक डायरी है जो यहाँ रखी.
You needn't give them the details.
Yeah. It depends on your relation again,
And it depends on the age of the
age
child.
of the child, the niyat of the child, the intent of the child. With the parents, I'm sure, know the best.
Yes, true.
You can pretend to ignore it, but तुमको वो दिखता है.
और अंदर पता
होता है कौन सा बच्चा कैसा है.
Yes.
Right?
Since we are talking about parents, ma'am, and why should husbands always take the entire burden of the lady, So I feel even parents can rethink on their strategy of gifting their daughters in marriage.
Yes.
That is, whatever you want to give, if at all you want to give, should they make sure that no one other than the daughter can touch it?
Okay.
Especially when it comes to dowry.
Okay.
If it comes to dowry, or if it comes to gifting in the marriage. Why I'm saying this is because the husband comes much later in life, but parents come way earlier. And we have commonly seen that whatever the daughter has been given doesn't remain with her after she becomes the wife. So your take on that?
So my, very earnest view on this is, please create boundaries. So what is come? It's not a distrust. It's not a distrust.
Yes.
It is a long-term view. कि कभी अपने हस्बैंड का बिजनेस भी प्रॉब्लम में आ गया
तो बैकअप
तो
है.
बैकअप है. पर अगर उसको लगा के ही आप बिजनेस शुरू कर रहे हो और कभी प्रॉब्लम आ गया फैमिली में फाइनेंशियली, सो यू आर ऑल कंप्लीटली वाइप्ड आउट.
Yes.
तो इसके लिए तो ऐसे भी फैमिलीज आजकल मुझे मिले हैं कि दोनों अर्निंग मेंबर्स ना अपना हस्बैंड वाइफ अलग अलग अकाउंट्स रखते हैं, फिर एक कॉमन अकाउंट रखते हैं जिसमें दोनों महीने में पैसा ट्रांसफर करते हैं और
Fair
उससे
enough.
घर चलता है.
Fair enough.
So then each one is doing investment also as per suitability, but please share. क्योंकि ना एक क्या होता है इससे एक security आता है. Suppose the husband's money is not being saved too much,
Yes.
but the wife is saving. So as a couple, we have enough. That enough feeling is also very important in a marriage.
I would say most important.
Yes.
Enough feeling is important in all arenas of life.
Yes.
Isn't it?
True, true.
Because if you're not going to be content,
Yes.
on the other hand, I don't know. There are some areas of life where you should not be content, and there are some where you should be content. Isn't it?
If we get into a rat race and if we decide not to be content with anything that's happening, it's our choice. तो फाइनेंस के ऊपर ना हम लोग बहुत अच्छे से बहुत ही व्हाट यू से हस्बैंड वाइफ के रिलेशन में भी फाइनेंस आता है. वन ऑफ द कॉजेज ऑफ कीपिंग द मैरिज वर्किंग इज हाउ फेयरली यू शेयर दिस इंफॉर्मेशन. बट बिसाइड्स दैट देयर आर सो मेनी अदर थिंग्स टू कीप two people together.
Yes.
Hana. So if I'm talking of a couple and to keep a family as a unit together, that is also different. So family as a unit, we have children, grandchildren, relatives, all
yes.
that.
Yes.
And very important to have our friends. Very, very important to have good friends in your life.
Ma'am, since we were talking about money and we were talking about money inside the family, between a couple, between a family, I would like to also bring out the flip side, So wealth is like a weapon. But once it becomes a double-edged sword, it could be used either ways. What I'm trying to come to is women are becoming independent. Yeah, they are earning for themselves. And we are only talking about women empowerment. But somewhere I feel down the line that has made the woman start questioning the need of her man in her life. How true is that? Right or wrong is another conversation.
No, so there's nothing right and wrong
Yes.
when there is a social change that is happening. तो अब तुम ये इसमें राइट और रॉन्ग क्या बोलोगे कि ये हमारी सोसाइटी ही बदल रही है, तो इसमें क्या करना है, हमने अडेप्ट होना है, फ्लेक्सिबल रहना है, इसको अपनाना है. अब अगर some women are thinking that their career is overtaking and is giving them immense joy and they do not really want to get married or have children, so these are choices. So let's respect it. कशी आहे ग बाई ती, असं कसं बोलली, मुलंच नको.
हे तर व्हायलाच पाहिजे.
So this is a judgment. That person has decided that. And they are okay with that. मग पुढे जाऊन काय होणार? अब किसको पता है पुढे जाऊन काय होणार? कल देखो फॉर एग्जाम्पल आज Trump wants to buy Greenland. Didn't any one of you think of that?
No.
Just one bully wants to buy the world.
Yes.
Do as he pleases. So ऐसे कुछ भी हो सकता है ना जिंदगी में. हमने में से किसने सोचा था कि कोविड आएगा and our life would be different for 3 years and thereon, so ये सब things happen. So when morphing changes happen which you cannot see, and now we are seeing it.
Yeah.
These changes were happening, Sarika.
But now
but
they've
we
come to the
chose not
surface.
to see it.
Oh yes.
We chose like we say under the carpet, under the carpet. नहीं हमारे घर में तो सब सही चल रहा है. नहीं हमारे सब relatives में भी सब सही चल रहा है. दिख रहा है हमको, but we choose not to see it. Oversight कर देंगे. नहीं दिख रहा.
Because this is becoming one of the major issues where society, I don't know if I should say this, is losing its balance.
expecting.
Right or wrong, as I said, is another conversation. But women do not want to get married. And somehow, when they're convinced to get married, as an expert, is premarital counseling for everyone to do, especially because the equations between a woman and a man have changed.
Yeah.
So, do you think premarital counseling is mandatory for couples to do?
Yeah. So still in our society, so I'll first make one very important statement that men also are not getting married.
Is it?
Yes.
Oh, I was under the impression.
Yes, equal number of bachelors are there today.
I'm
They are
surprised with
choosing-
men.
Yeah, they're choosing not to get married because they're also very fearful of marriage. See, and a breakup or a broken marriage takes something out of you,
Oh, yes.
right? So even the men are scared.
But it's such an unhealthy attitude, both for a man and a woman.
Yes,
no?
but
why
this is
have
a-
we gotten into?
Why we have gotten into this is because marriages are becoming very flippant. I don't like it when you don't serve me aloo paratha. You know,
Really?
और ये आज मुझे ये खाना तो तुमने ऐसे नहीं बनाया, तुम तो खाना ही नहीं बनाती, कुक को लगा दिया है, तुम्हारा कहाँ वो, बिकॉज वो स्टीरियोटाइप है ना. तो जेंडरिंग किचन एक्टिविटीज इज द रोल ऑफ पेरेंट. आज आपके पास बेटा है तो लाओ किचन सेट. नहीं, हम बेटे को किचन सेट देंगे, क्यों नहीं? एंड इंस्टिंक्टिवली इफ यू सी चिल्ड्रन अंडर 4 they like to play with cookers,
Oh, yes.
they like to play बर्तन बर्तन. then we put it on them, अरे तू बेटा है,
हाँ.
अरे खाना तो लाइफ स्किल है ना, तो
सबको खाना
बनाना
है.
तो आना चाहिए. so here is where we have to change. तो मैस्लो के हायरार्की में ना फूड वाटर एवरीथिंग इज द बेसिक नीड. सो irrespective of your gender you should know how to look after your meals. तो ये भी हमने चेंज करना है ना. सो प्री मैरिटल काउंसलिंग में हम लोग क्या करते हैं कि दोनों के एक्सपेक्टेशंस देखते हैं फ्रॉम द मैरिज. व्हाई आर यू कमिंग टुगेदर? So, I would like to give an example.
Please.
So, in an opera show, she mentions that if a man is very engaged in his bodybuilding and in himself only,
Yes.
likelihood of him being a bad father, a bad husband,
Is more?
is more. Because he's engaged only in himself. So, where will he care for his child and his wife? Other way around also, if the woman is very just caring about her own physical self, then it becomes difficult to extend herself to family. So what is this family itself? The definition has changed.
So, what is the one homework, the first thing that you ask couples to do when they come in for a premarital
So
counseling?
why are you getting married?
Oh.
नाही प्रेशर आई वडील म्हणतात आणि नॉर्मली लग्न करतात.
म्हणून आम्ही
दॅट
पण
इज ओके.
करतोय.
पण तू कशाला लग्न करतोय? व्हॉट इज दॅट नीड? आर यू नर्चरिंग, वॉन्टिंग टू लुक आफ्टर समबडी? And marriages are not rosy. So there are going to be ups and downs, and you have to continuously cultivate the relationship. अभी मेरी शादी होगी, आज हम 40 साल की शादी में पास आ रहे हैं. But even today, you have to put into the relationship. You can't take each other for granted, because the intimate relationships is where we start taking people for granted. जो
I see.
क्लोजेस्ट रहता है उसमें हाँ ठीक है ना, वो तो मेरी वाइफ है, वो मेरा हस्बैंड
अब कहाँ जाएगा?
बच्चे हैं. हाँ. पर ऐसा नहीं है, इसमें सबसे ज्यादा डालना पड़ता है. यू हैव टू गिव मोर. तो इसकी तैयारी है क्या? अगर नहीं है, आई अप्रिशिएट दोज पीपल who have decided not to get married, who have decided not to have children. Don't call them selfish, call them whatever. Please understand, they're not having children for you to become grandparents.
Right.
They are having children when they feel confident of raising them.
So, it's a personal choice.
It's a personal choice, respected. ये फैब्रिक भी चेंज हो रहा है. अब इटली में देखो तो बच्चे ही नहीं है.
Ah.
ऐसे देश में हो रहा है.
But ma'am, when it comes to marriage and considering the Indian social structure, which works better? A love marriage or an arranged marriage in your years of counseling that you have done?
whatever work I have done so far, Sarika, I don't say one is better than the other.
Okay.
In love marriage, you show some dimensions about yourself that the other person gets smitten by, and even if you see something not falling in that, you choose to ignore it, right? And then नहीं शादी के बाद सब ठीक हो जाएगा.
हाँ.
शादी के बाद बच्चा होने के बाद सब ठीक हो जाएगा.
हाँ,
कैसे ठीक
another.
होगा? कैसे ठीक होगा? उसका ग्राउंडिंग क्या था, उसका रूटिंग क्या था? ओके, सो लव मैरिज ये स्टोरी हुआ. अरेंज्ड मैरिज में you're meeting of the person a few times, but together you may have decided to lead your life and share your values, and then you start the journey. Okay,
Yes.
so you both start a journey. तो वो मैराथन के तुम लोग लाइन पे लग गए हो. अब आगे का रेस तुमने कैसे करना है? So to be able to accept and love a person even when the person does unloving things, है ना? तो इसके लिए
often
तुम
than not.
देन इस पे तुम रेडी हो ना, तो तुम्हारा मैरिजेस चल सकता है. अगर तुम्हारा मैरिज नहीं चलता है एंड इट इज गेटिंग सो टॉक्सिक फॉर यू दैट यू रियली आर चीज एंड चॉक, then I would say if mutually you decide to respectfully you decide to move away, that also is fine.
So, which is why I began with the topic of premarital counseling, because so many problems can be nipped in the bud.
Yes,
When you
yes.
know that core expectations are way different,
Yeah.
then is that the time when you tell the couple that it's best not to go ahead?
हाँ.
Or you decide
Relook,
that,
हाँ.
yes.
Yeah. Relook at बहुत extroverted person है, उसको हमेशा पार्टी लगता है.
हाँ.
पार्टी social animal है.
हाँ.
And the other partner is introverted and doesn't like to socialize. Limited socialization is required. For the rest of your life, if you're going to push one to the other, नहीं तेरे को तो पता था ना,
हाँ.
मुझे तो बहुत अच्छा, and then the other person is not enjoying those moments.
There is usually where the problem starts.
Yes. So, to be together, to be independent of each other, both these things are very important. Like, to be together, you can have some things that you both really enjoy doing.
Yes.
But there are some things which you by yourself love doing. Don't sacrifice that and use it as a card later. तेरी वजह से
मैंने वो छोड़ दिया,
ये छोड़ दिया. कोई
Very
छोड़ा
common.
छोड़ी मत करो. सबको पकड़ो. And clear timing, you can manage it. So we get into a blaming game more often than not.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Again, coming to relationships.
Yeah.
Because especially in today's times, a commitment to one single person for the whole life has become a task for
Yeah.
most of
Yeah.
us.
Yeah.
So how do you look at, again, considering the Indian social structure, how do you look at live-in relationships?
Yeah. So, live-in relations are very convenient.
I like that.
Yeah, you can walk out. It doesn't work. Either you walk out because you get bored with the person, or you walk out because you find somebody more interesting.
That's convenience.
That
ma'am.
is convenience. So, if you look at Gen Z, they are neither committed to relationships, neither are they committed to products. They're not committed to any product. So, which old brand do they endorse? None. None. Yeah, they will take something experimental. If they get a mail from the company talking about how this product can be changed to suit them, they will go with that. तो ये जो herd instinct था ना, जो herd instinct था पहले के generation में, ये herd group का instinct ही नहीं है Gen Z में. Please try and understand.
Ma'am, I'm sorry, but I thought this was not healthy.
So healthy, unhealthy, Sarika, we are not to judge. They are like that. So what happens if generation 1 and generation 2 do not love each other, do not respect each other, do not think that, somebody can think differently from me? How will the two generations come together? So who is dividing? It's not Gen Z who's dividing. Or it's not the older Gen X that's dividing. It is our mindset. तो वो अलग है। अलग क्या है? पर एक और बात मैं बता रही हूँ कि रिसर्च कहता है कि अगला जेनजी जॉइंट फैमिली में रहेगा, शायद शादी नहीं करेगा, उनको अज्जी आजोबा भी चाहिए,
हाँ।
ग्रैंड पेरेंट्स भी चाहिए, पेरेंट्स भी चाहिए, घर में कुछ काम भी नहीं करना है, थोड़ा बहुत कर लिया ठीक है।
हाँ।
और घर खरीदेंगे भी नहीं ये लोग, ये अपने लेजर हॉबी इसमें टाइम अच्छे से बीते।
Time
एंड दे
and-
आर वेरी वेरी अलर्ट. This Gen Z is extremely alert to climate, to earth. यहाँ पर ये लोग बहुत काम करेंगे. तो हम लोग कैसे थे ना, मैं 30 साल एक इंस्टीट्यूट में काम की, अपॉर्चुनिटीज आई, मैं छोड़ी नहीं. हाँ, बट आई वर्कड विथ वन इंस्टीट्यूट. जेन जी, यू रेज योर वॉइस, यू डोंट रिस्पेक्ट मी, आई लीव. अब हमको सीखना है कि रिस्पेक्टफुली, सेल्स के जॉब में है, गाली के बिना कैसे काम चलेगा? लगाओ एक गाली, देखो क्या होता है. तो ये जो आया है ना सेल्फ रिस्पेक्ट और ये सेल्फ वर्थ के बाद, और ये कौन सी अलग चीज है? आयन रैंड के को तो हम बड़ा पढ़ते थे. व्हाट डिड शी से? सेम थिंग. बट व्हेन दे आर एक्सप्रेसिंग इट, वी आर नॉट लाइकिंग इट. वी आर नॉट लाइकिंग इट, क्योंकि ये अब हमारे ढांचे में नहीं बैठ रहे ना.
करेक्ट.
ये हमारा नहीं सुन रहे.
So, whatever be the kind of relationship, whether it's a live-in, whether it's a love marriage, whether it's an arranged marriage, despite all the counseling that you've done, what will you say is the one red flag for everyone where you ask them to just quit the relation there? That red flag is what I want everyone to know.
Okay. So in any relationship, when respect dilutes, जब तुमको एज अ ह्यूमन बीइंग जो रिस्पेक्ट चाहिए वो मिल नहीं रहा है, मे बी पार्टनर से, मे बी उसके फैमिली से, दैट इज द रेड फ्लैग.
बाप रे मैम, then it'll be like pop-ups of red flags.
हाँ, तो सारिका, ये कारपेट के अंदर डाल के क्या मिला? तो कारपेट तुमने स्मूथ किया, पर कारपेट पे बम्प्स है ना, तो चलोगे तो गिरोगे ही ना.
और कभी ना कभी it is going to come to the surface.
So it is better. I know. This is where I appreciate Gen Z. They express. हम लोग सब दबे हुए हैं एक्सप्रेशन में, क्योंकि हमको सिखाया ही नहीं गया है. And when you say the social skill, here I definitely want to mention social skills. तो लोगों को पता ही नहीं है कैसे नए लोगों से मिला जाए. अगर हमारे सारा फ्रेंड सर्कल हमारे जैसे ही है, कितने बोरिंग लोग हैं. तुम्हारे ही क्लोन को मिल रहे हो तुम.
So कुछ अलग नहीं
अलग, हाँ, तो सीखोगे जब कोई आपसे अलग होगा. पर अगर हम अपने ट्राइब में ही हैं और अपने जैसे ही लोगों में घुल मिल रहे हैं, तो हम क्या सीखेंगे? है ना? सो it is important to have variety of people in your life and not necessarily from your professional health, bonding. और वो तो इतने सालों के बाद मैंने देख लिया है कि वर्क फ्रेंड्स ना छूट जाते हैं.
हाँ.
5 साल के बाद तुम्हारे प्रोफेशनल फ्रेंड्स आर आउट, तो फिर कौन रहता है? तो कहाँ हमारा इन्वेस्टमेंट होना चाहिए? पर हमने क्या किया, जॉब को इतना महत्वपूर्ण बना दिया कि हम उसमें ही खो गए.
Yes.
We didn't have time for our friends who stood by, बचपन के दोस्त, स्कूल के फ्रेंड्स, या जो, और हर जन के साथ नहीं पड़ती. हाँ, ये भी बता रही हूँ. इट इज एब्सोल्युटली ओके
To be different.
To be different and to be in your own skin. If you're comfortable to meet people, please go ahead and meet. अब ना कोई प्रेशर नहीं है. अब कहाँ फिटिंग इन कर रहे हैं हम सोसाइटी में? नहीं जम रहा, मत मिलो. और टॉक्सिक लोगों से तो मेरा एक मतलब हर जन के लाइफ में होते हैं.
Ma'am.
Universal.
I am going to interrupt you. Why?
Yes,
I'll
please.
tell you.
Yes.
Toxic is a very, very relative term.
Yeah.
What could be toxic to one
Yeah.
could be a way of life to another. Yeah.
Correct.
So what is toxicity according to you?
Yeah. So toxicity, Sarika, is when one person makes another person feel small. For that person who's being made feel small, this is a toxic person. Keep away.
I love the way you're defining things in just one simple line, And this is the mantra that I was talking about in my introduction, So when I asked you what is toxic, lack of respect. What is one red flag? Lack of
Respect.
again, So love is not even coming into your
Yeah,
definition.
yeah.
It's all about respect.
रिस्पेक्ट. तो एक बहुत अच्छी मूवी थी, आई थिंक इट वाज, आई फॉरगेट द एक्ट्रेस, थप्पड़ और समथिंग.
Oh yes, Tapsi Pannu.
Tapsi Pannu. So she stands up for that. And it is not okay. It is not okay.
Standing up for yourself.
No, it is not okay to give a thappad
Oh, yes,
because
of course.
you're ballistic
Of
and
course.
you're in some stress.
But I'll tell you, even our generation saw that movie, and at the end of it, I thought, was it really worth breaking the entire relationship for one
Yeah.
thappad?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because at this rate, ma'am, I'm scared our society will go into a total imbalance
Yeah.
if we start separating or if we start breaking up at that rate.
Yeah.
So sometimes I'm very confused myself.
So you know, Amir Khan had a show on television.
Oh, yes.
So in one of the shows,
You're talking about Satyamev Jayate.
yes, Satyameva Jayate, where in one episode he took up ki the boys have seen the father beating the mother. So this is expected of them to beat the wife.
Which is exactly I said.
So that is where we have to change. So this is literacy. So जैसे आपने फाइनेंशियल लिटरेसी बोला ना, सोशल लिटरेसी के बारे में भी बात करो. सोसाइटी में इतना इनइक्वालिटी से चलेंगे क्या? कैसे चलेगा? कैसे चलेगा?
और हम लोग चलाने की कोशिश भी कर लेते हैं,
हाँ.
but then someday it surfaces up and what has to happen happens.
Happens.
So best is Katri. Adit.
पण ही जेव्हा कात्री चालते ना, आय हॅव सीन इट व्हेरी क्लोजली. You know, some of your life goes away.
Oh yes, which is why I said the imbalance.
Yeah.
One life imbalance, 10 lives imbalance, and
Yeah.
society goes into an imbalance.
Yes.
And at the rate at which we are having breakups and divorces and separations, this is what I was talking
Yes.
about. Is it even healthy? Are we heading in the right direction? Because, like you said, we have started thinking about ourselves. Our self-worth has gone up, but that's leading us into not having healthy relationships.
Yeah. So, it is very important that each of us defines what is healthy for us. And like you said, there is no formula. So, in that, what's जो हमारे लिए अच्छा है, उसको आप सिलेक्ट करिए. जो आपको लगता है आपके लिए वो अच्छा नहीं है, उसको रिजेक्ट कर दीजिए कि दिस आई विल नॉट टेक, बट दिस मच, एंड एट व्हाट कॉस्ट. What cost? So it's all, you know, the give and take,
Give and take.
cost. It is, I'm not putting all this in transactional way, but there is a transition happening. कुछ ना ऐसे टेक्टोनिक चेंजेस होते हैं जो फटाफट वॉल्केनो आ गया, सब बदल गया, वॉर हो गया, न्यूक्लियर वॉर हो गया, सब हमको वो दिखता है. और बिलो द सर्फेस सोसाइटी इज चेंजिंग, और ये चेंज हो ही रहा था. अगर आप रमा बीजापुरकर की किताबें पढ़ते तो उसमें शी इज ऑलरेडी सेड द सोसाइटी इज चेंजिंग,
Yes.
बट वी डिसाइडेड नॉट टू सी इट.
And now it's so evident in the face of it.
तो ये तो दूसरे घरों में हो रहा है, पर वो जब चल के मेरे घर में आता है तो फिर हम बोल रहे हैं
Pinches.
हाँ पिंचेस, हाँ सच में कुछ हो रहा है.
और एक बात हो रही है कि हर जनरेशन को लगता है दैट वी वर वे मोर टॉलरेंट. हम लोग सब सहन कर लेते थे, यू नो, एंड दे फील दैट चिल्ड्रन आर लेस टॉलरेंट. बट हु इज टू डिसाइड हाउ टॉलरेंट यू शुड बी? एंड इज इट इवन अ गुड थिंग टू बी टॉलरेंट? सो वहां पे वापस कंफ्यूजन मुझे होती है कि टॉलरेंस मीन्स हाउ मच.
तो वही मैंने कहा ना, हेल्दी.
सो यू हैव टू डिसाइड.
टॉलरेंस जोन होता है एक. तो उस टॉलरेंस जोन में आप कहाँ पर हो, वो आपके लिए हेल्दी है क्या? सो यू नो, आपने एक वर्ड यूज किया था, वेल्थ. सो आई लुक एट वेल्थ वेरी डिफरेंटली. One is financial aspect
Oh,
of
yes.
wealth that people feel very kicked about, and most of us are very smart in doing उसका सब नियोजन, है ना, पैशाचं नियोजन मध्ये एकदम very good. But what about other things in your life? What have you done in that planning? That is also important.
And also, most of us don't even realize that we are victims of generational trauma. You know, there are families where there is trauma within the generations. They have not even identified
Yes.
it. So I want to ask you, how do you identify that there is generational trauma? Because that will keep on affecting every new relation that comes into that family.
True.
So how do you identify it?
So, we all, many a times we blame our parents. But parents were also victim of their parents.
Yes.
उन्होंने जो देखा था अपने जिंदगी में वो उन्होंने यूज किया एंड दैट बिकेम द यार्ड स्टिक
Yes.
ऑफ देम बिहेविंग व्हाट दे डिड. सो इसमें तो कोई भी जीत नहीं पाएगा क्योंकि ये सब पास्ट है. दादाजी परदादा जी सब गुजर गए, पेरेंट्स गुजर गए, और अब आप पेरेंट हो या आपके आगे, आप आगे के जनरेशन में आप पेरेंट हो. सो there is this thing called as ancestral healing, where they take you across generational pathways in your family
To find out
to
where.
find out patterns in your family.
Oh.
सो म्हणजे एक कोणीतरी कुठल्या तरी फॅमिलीमध्ये सुसाईड्स आहे, कोणतरी एक ब्रदर सिस्टर डोंट गेट मॅरिड,
Oh.
or the first child dies. So these are generational things. So it comes in the DNA, whatever. I do not have a
Scientific
the
word for
yeah,
it.
so psychological, social, science. There is a science behind it, and they do that, and they go back and trace that out for you. So what has not worked for me, if I see myself repeating that,
Ha.
then there is a, so I'll share my own example, a moment where I wish I had started studying learning styles from a Nobel laureate, and then I felt that I did everything wrong for my daughter.
Really?
Yeah. So there are many styles of learning, and she was of one style of learning and I was from a different style of learning. So because I was from that style, I was telling her, learn like this is how you do it, this is what you do it. That day I went and said sorry to her, because I was putting her in my style, but her style was very different. Some children, walk, some eat, sensory learning. And I was putting her my way on a table and chair and study. And she was a social learner. She learned with people around her. I didn't know it.
Exactly.
I didn't know it.
For you to teach her.
Yeah. So then, yes. So there are so many things. I may not know everything in the world. But to the best of my ability, I was doing what was tested on me. So
so
I
you
tried to
thought-
pass that on.
Correct.
Yeah.
So this is a nice example where we can prevent harm
Yes.
to the next generation by identifying it if the patterns are repeating.
Repeated. Yeah. So criticism patterns also. So वो क्या था, नज रहता है वो. तो हमको क्या लगता है, बच्चा फर्स्ट आ रहा है, अगले 2 एग्जाम में 5th 6th आया, तो लेट्स
Start working on it.
Now working. So I met a parent and she really blew me. So she said, I go to the school and I ask the teacher, how is my child with the other children? I ask, how is my child talking with you as teacher? Does he mix around? Is he by himself? That's all I ask. Academic तो आ ही रहा है. Social skills क्या? Social skills आते ही नहीं लोगों को. और लोगों को लगता है दूसरे को हम कमीपणा दाखवणं म्हणजे आपण वर गेलो. अरे पण तो बुझला ना, that's not humor. किसी को तुमने छोटा बना दिया, वो कौन सा humor है? And 10 people laugh because
Yeah.
people all have learned that.
Yeah.
That's no fun.
Yeah, it is.
It can't be directed
But
at
sometimes
somebody.
I feel social skills, or let's say communication skills, should be made as a mandatory subject very early in life.
Yeah.
Because every other skill comes secondary to social skills. And तिकडे आपण मागे पडतोय बिकॉज ते सोडून आपण सगळं शिकवतोय.
तर आपल्याला वाटतं पोरांना आपण द एज्युकेशन बेस्ट, फायनान्सिंग गुड एज्युकेशन, युअर टर्निंग आउट अ गुड प्रोफेशनल. नो. सो साउथ कोरिया, दे हैव कंपल्सरी ग्रेजुएशन प्रोग्राम में डेटिंग स्किल हैज़ बीन एडेड इन द सिलेबस. because they don't know what to talk. South Korea is very, very competitive. The child leaves the house at 6 a.m., comes home at 9 p.m., doing all kinds of classes. Ye, wo. It's highly competitive, and beyond academics, they're not exposed to anything. Many metro children are growing like this in India. So this subject has been introduced. So please go out on date. And what will you talk on dates? People don't even know what to talk on date. So the guy opens his mouth and just keeps talking about himself. He doesn't see what the or
Really
takes
is.
interest in, what she is interested in. So I, during my MBA orientation program, day one, I used to say, please date. These 2 years, go out with as many people who are different with you than you. Make friends not like you. Because then you will be exposed to wider behaviors. है ना, 2 वर्षात आलं आणि आपल्याच कोर्समध्ये नका करू, दुसरे कोर्सेसमध्ये जा.
Then you'll know what is
Yeah,
different.
you'll know what is different now.
Or rather, you will start believing that different is also normal.
Normal, yes. And different also has a perspective ना. मैं कैसे बोलूँ कि जो मैं सोच रही हूँ वही सही है? उस आदमी को तो अपना perspective correct लग रहा है. और it has stood by that person in their life. तो वो कैसे सोचते हैं? है ना?
Acceptance level बढ़ जाती है.
Yeah. So, I would like to talk about privileged lives. So, I had this student who used to sleep under the beds of the hostel boys. He was extremely poor. He used to come in the same set of clothes every day. He used to not attend college too much. And all the time he was working somewhere, something. Then one day he comes and says that I wrote a book, on political governance. मराठीमध्ये त्यांनी ते पुस्तक लिहिलं होतं आणि ते पुस्तक त्यांनी टाटा हाऊसला पाठवलं होतं. And his book got selected.
Wow.
This boy was not paying fees. He came from a very poor family. So if the friend shared a dabba, he will have a meal. Otherwise, he would not
won't
have.
have.
सो टाटा हाऊसला त्याचं पुस्तक सिलेक्ट झालं आणि त्याला जाऊन ते घ्यायचं आहे आणि त्याच्याबरोबर त्याला काहीतरी पैसे मिळणार होते ॲज अ स्कॉलरशिप अँड दॅट वुड एनेबल हिम टू
Continue with his expenses.
pay his expenses. That boy had never traveled away, to Mumbai. He finds some policeman there. The policeman looks after him. Next day he goes to Tata House. He collects his check and he comes back.
So असं सुद्धा
असे हे मॅजिकच आहे ना, हे मॅजिकच आहे ना.
आहे.
आणि हा तोरणे पोरगा मला माहित नाही आता कुठे. आफ्टर दॅट आय हॅव नॉट मेट दिस चाइल्ड, बट हॅट्स ऑफ.
Really.
है ना. मग when it really affects me as a person, as a teacher, as an academician, when some of my children could not take education for money reasons. And then there are some who are so damn rich and they take the EBC certificate.
Let's not even get into it.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is, okay, you take that money and give it to him. But no. But I have seen this happening. There was one student, I think in the 4th batch or so, and he had 5 sisters. And he was really bright. He was my marketing student, engineering background. Really bright, that child. But his father told him after the first year कि अब 6 बहनों की शादियाँ वादियाँ करनी है, अब तू छोड़ दे और नौकरी पे लग जा. तो his friends collected money. His friends collected money. Unknown to him, they paid his fees. And he finished his education. I do not know where he is.
Yeah, but there are examples like these
So,
also
but there
in our
are like
society.
this, yeah. तो लोगों में ना ह्यूमैनिटी या ह्यूमन फीलिंग होता है, पर उसको एक्सप्रेस करना, उसके बारे में do it for yourself. You don't have to announce it to anybody. But I've seen children do that. There was a girl in my course and ना तिचे वडील हे होते, चौकीदार होते आणि 1 रूमचं घर होतं त्यांचं. And one day some students came and told me कि उसका घर मैम टूट गया. बहुत बारिश आई थी तो उसका घर टूट गया, उसको घर नहीं है. तो हम लोग सोच रहे हैं उसको घर बांध के देंगे, हम लोग ही जाएंगे एंड ऑल दैट. तो इनके मन में वो आया ना,
At that
अपनी
age.
क्लासमेट है, है ना?
ये सीखना ज्यादा जरूरी है
ना?
है ना? Like you said, the parent, the lady who went to school and was checking out for the right things in a child.
Child.
So report card में क्या देखना
हाँ,
चाहिए
हाँ.
is very important.
Yes.
You know, all those A pluses and B minuses are not going to matter if your child is going to lack basic social skills. Very true. So coming back to where we started from, and that is family and relationships. You know, when a couple comes to you in a marriage, let's say whenever two people decide to come together, it is not just the two people who come together, it's the extended families
Correct.
which come together.
Correct.
So, to cut the long story short, what is the one advice that you will give? Because mothers are so important in the entire structure. What is the one advice that you will give the girl's mother or the boy's mother? Or let's say the mother or the mother-in-law, जिसकी वजह से बच्चों का शादी ठीक ठाक चले.
So बहुत अच्छे से आपने सारिका डाल दिया that there are two women and there's a third woman.
Yes.
Right? So we have a mother, we have a mother-in-law, and we have a daughter and daughter-in-law. So boundaries have to be respected.
Again.
Boundaries. तो तुम उस बाउंड्री से ओवरस्टेप करके हर चीज में हमारे घर में हमारा इधर ये वो हाउ डज शी इट्स अ वेरी सैड स्टोरी फॉर विमेन ना. जब वो मायका छोड़ती है तो अभी इस घर में नहीं आना है, अभी तुम्हारा सब कुछ वो ससुराल में, और ससुराल में तो ये यहाँ का है, पर जब कुछ इम्पोर्टेंट डिसीजन घर का बनता है तो तुम बाहर की हो. तो मतलब ये बाहर की रह जाती है
और वहां
वो
से भी छूट जाती है.
वहां से भी छूट जाती है. तो ये हमने सोचना है. तो एक सोलापुर की लॉयर है, तो उसने पॉडकास्ट में बताया है, सो द व्हेन द मदर स्टार्ट ऑन द फोन एडवाइजिंग द डॉटर्स, सो सी हाउ मेनी टाइम्स you are getting into their family structure and advising your daughter.
So you're saying the mother should refrain
Mother
herself.
should refrain. अब वो देखो बहुत अच्छा एक हमारे हिंदू इसमें एक ये था कन्यादान. So that कन्यादान process itself is that it's not दान. You're not giving your daughter in a दान. You're now keeping yourself detached
From the daughter.
from the other family she's joining in. So she goes into that family. Give her time to settle there. So compassion तो होना चाहिए. लड़की सब छोड़ छाड़ के तुम्हारे फैमिली में आई है. वो कंपैशन कहाँ चला जाता है? And why are you always finding faults in her? Were you perfect when you got married? So if the entire family very appreciatively and with a large heart takes on to her, tells her in a nice, see, it's not what you tell it, it is the
How?
way you tell it, no? So if you tell her कि देखो ऐसा नहीं करते हमारे इधर, अगले बार से ध्यान रखना, right? ये ऐसा है, या अब इतना, if the girl says कि मैं वर्किंग हूँ, मुझे इतना सब नहीं जम रहा है, you know, फैमिली में इतने सारे प्रोसीजर्स है, रिचुअल्स है, ये सब नहीं जम रहे, तो कैन वी जस्ट स्टिक टू द मेजर थिंग्स. और ये आ गई और घर बदल गया, वो आई है तो घर बदलेगा ही ना, तुम लाए हो ना उसको, सब वैसे ही चलना था तो फिर यू कुड हैव नॉट गॉट मैरिड, बट यू गॉट. सो देयर हैज टू बी रिस्पेक्ट, देयर हैज टू बी अंडरलाइंग लव. डोंट कीप यू नो पुटिंग, और ये जो ताने मार के बोलना ना, दिस आई वुड लाइक टू जस्ट स्पीक ऑन दिस. सो ये जो ताने मार के बोलना है, या काय म्हणतो आपण मराठीत एक टोमणे मारून बोलणं, it is the worst form of communication.
And I'm so sorry to say that this kind of attitude mostly we see common amongst women only.
Yeah.
You have yourself left someone's house and come into this
Yeah.
house, and now you have another generation coming in. How could you do that to anyone?
Yeah. So again, ना किसी को टोमने मारा तो उसको छोटा बना दिया. How can it be fun? And the you know, the father-in-law, the son, all of them laugh. So you made somebody small. There's a way to put it across. You know, that respect you have to give her. She's your bahu. And you are expecting her to chalao the vansh. All that.
We'll be coming to that.
Oh boy. You know, I mean, you don't even basic respect.
Yeah.
That you have to never compromise on that. आणि हे इट इज द वर्स्ट पॉयझन इन कम्युनिकेशन इफ यू स्टार्ट क्रिटिसाइजिंग. सो वॉट वी ऑल अक्रॉस इंडिया हैव टू लर्न इज टू अप्रिशिएट. इसमें हम ना
बहुत गरीब है,
कंजूस है, कंजूस.
बहुत.
किसके आगे वाले को अच्छा बोल देना मतलब मेरे में से कुछ जा रहा है क्या? नो, that you're saying it makes you feel good and of course it's adding energy to the person.
100%.
है ना? तो ऐसे मत करो. मतलब वो उसके ऐसे भी बोलते हैं. आई एम वेरी शॉक्ड विद दिस स्टेटमेंट. नहीं, ज़्यादा मत अप्रिशिएट करो, उसके सिर में आ जाएगा, दिमाग में चला. अरे अच्छा ही लगेगा ना उसको आपके बारे में.
Basic human skill again.
हाँ, again this is social
Oh
skill.
yes, we are lacking
Yeah.
on this front. We are totally lacking.
Yes, true.
And it's irrespective of gender, caste, religion.
Even education.
Oh yes,
So
irrespective.
education today is just a qualification. Just because you're qualified, you have created, you've passed some exams, tests, etc., doesn't mean you're educated. You know? So कोई तो भी एजुकेशन में नहीं है पर उसमें सोशल स्किल्स अच्छे से है, वो भी एजुकेटेड है ना. तो व्हाट इज वर्किंग. और एक को प्रिविलेज मिला आगे पढ़ने का, उसकी चाह भी थी, प्रिविलेज भी मिला, हो भी सका, और दूसरे को वो अपॉर्चुनिटी नहीं
मिला.
तो हाउ कैन वी जस्ट brush them aside. So when people say a homemaker was a very
Glorified term.
euphemic euphemism में ऐसे नहीं बोलना चाहिए housewife. What is wrong?
Yeah.
What is wrong? काम कर रहे हैं ना हम लोग, घर चल रहा है ना हमारी वजह से, डब्बा बनता है ना, आपके कपड़े धुल रहे हैं ना, आते हो घर में सब कुछ मिल जाता है ना. So it's happening in the background. It is like the back office people in work.
Oh yes.
In our professional life.
Most underrated.
Yeah.
But
Yes.
very important.
Yes. कर रहे हैं ना, सालों से कर रहे हैं,
चुपचाप कर.
चुपचाप कर रहे हैं. So ये जो way of looking and talking, I somehow do not subscribe to that.
So
at all.
everywhere it's
human
that.
being ना, human being को human being से connect करो. ये सब लेके पूरा ऐसा बड़ा titles and ये सब लेके पहुंचते हैं हम लोग, और फिर मेरे को मला मान नाही दिलं गेलं, ईगो. उसका तो बड़ा हम किलोज में लेके जाते हैं वेट.
So to all the mothers and the mother-in-laws watching, they are not going to like this part of the
No,
podcast.
it is just, see, it is an awareness. अगर हम aware ही नहीं है तो हम change क्या लाएंगे? तो change कहाँ लाते हैं? Change हम अपने behavior में लाते हैं. So when I get a behavioral change, then it will, generate good feelings, and then emotional health starts.
In your professional career, since you've done so much of post-marital counseling as well, what do you see as the most common reason for the death of any relationship?
There was a podcast by Priyanka
Okay.
Chopra,
Okay.
and she said, "My husband is my greatest cheerleader. He is very secure that I am establishing and moving ahead in my life. And he sits and strategizes with me. और क्या करना है, कैसे तूने आगे ग्रो करना है ना? सो उसका हस्बैंड उसको अपना कंपटीशन नहीं देख रहा.
So important.
Collaborative. We are a team together. I think this answers it.
Absolutely. There is no need to elaborate on this, isn't it?
Yes.
So we just need more cheerleaders for each other.
Yeah. And it's best if your partner can do that.
Yeah. Of course, this is one, and emotional availability. You could bring the moon to the house, but if you're not available there emotionally, I think that is another reason which causes a little slow poisoning
और
kind
क्या
of.
क्या हो जाते ना, हम अपने लाईफ में साक हो जाते सारे का. तर मग मी येते, मी माझंच बोलत असते माझ्या जॉबमध्ये असं, आणि पार्टनर आपल्या लाईफमध्ये काय होतं, अँड आय एम नॉट एंगेज्ड इन हिज लाईफ अँड ही इज नॉट एंगेज्ड इन माय लाईफ. सो डिसएंगेजमेंट.
म्हणजे फिजिकली तुम्ही भेटताय, हाँ, but emotionally are you connected?
So here I want to tell you one thing. I know many families where they are staying together. They don't talk with each other. They make their own food. They have their own social circle. But children के शादी के लिए और शादियां हो गई है तो लोग क्या कहेंगे, दैट बिगेस्ट अनहेल्दी पिल, लोग क्या कहेंगे कि वो एक साथ रह रहे हैं. So a recent opera podcast talks about grey divorces happening at 50s and 60s. It is shaking US. It is shaking US, and it's happening. It's not happening at our place, but they are not, what should I say, connected with one another.
Yes, ma'am.
Each
We
is
have
doing.
so many senior couples who are living under one roof and they're sapping the energy out of each
Yes,
other.
yes.
You know, to the extent that children start feeling that they should have parted ways way earlier.
Yeah. और फिर ऐसे कारण से भी लोग ना सारिका शादियां नहीं कर रहे हैं. बहुत बच्चे ऐसे देखते हैं कि बहुत ब्रोकन मैरिजेस में रह रहे थे ना, रोज फाइटिंग, रोज संघर्ष हो रहा है, एंड लॉट ऑफ इमोशनल what should I say, poison is being
And
coming
sometimes
out,
it's
you know.
best to come from a broken home than to
Yeah.
live in one.
Yes. But so it is better. I always say कि अगर वो उसमें तुमको कुछ भी नहीं मिल रहा है and you're feeling completely drained out, it is absolutely okay to move out. It takes courage. और यहाँ मैं एक बात बोलना चाहती हूँ, अपने इंडियन पेरेंट्स अपनी लड़कियों को सपोर्ट नहीं करते, बहुत कम लड़कियों को सपोर्ट करते. आई नो गर्ल्स, माई ओन गर्ल्स, व्हेन दे वर फेसिंग वेरी ट्रॉमेटाइज्ड इवेंट्स इन देयर लाइव्स, द पेरेंट्स केप्ट हर फॉर सम टाइम, बट विथ एन अंडरलाइंग थिंग दैट नाउ यू हैव टू गो बैक.
Which is why when you said that वो ये घर छोड़ के आई है,
हाँ.
वो अभी इस घर की भी नहीं है,
और उधर की भी नहीं है.
so then what is wrong when she decides to just live for herself?
Yes.
Not for this family and not for that family.
Yes.
Of course, there are many things easier said
Yeah,
than done.
yeah. एंड यू नो जो अपना जो ब्रोकन पीसेस होता है ना, देखो याद रखो, जब हम कहते हैं ना इसकी 3 शादियां हुई, इसके 4 डिवोर्सेस हुए, ऐसे विथ एवरी रिलेशनशिप द पर्सन इज ब्रेकिंग, और वो सब कुछ ब्रेक करके फिर से समाना, उसको अपने आप को बटोरना, सब easy
इकट्ठा
नहीं,
करना is
इकट्ठा
not
करना easy नहीं है. And sometimes na, the clumsiness of those joints will show
Oh yes.
in the marriage also.
Yes. But ma'am, no one enters a marriage presuming it for it to fail,
Yes,
you know.
yes.
So I want to now open up the topic of prenuptial contracts. I'll tell you, I have a lot of friends who say that worst comes to worst, I'd rather cry in a BMW, you know, than in a BST bus. So how important are prenuptial contracts today?
Yeah. So the underlying what should I say,
Changes.
strain
Yeah.
is distrust.
Yeah.
You're starting your relationship on a distrust, and two of you are, you know, people who are inheriting a lot of money, we think they're very happy. Huh? They are also undergoing a lot of crisis. So सिर्फ पैसा होने से प्रीनप्टियल में तुम क्या व्यवहार कर रहे हो, एक्सचेंज ऑफ ओनली फाइनेंशियल्स, एंड देन अगर ऐसा कुछ हो जाए, अगर यू अडॉप्टेड लॉट ऑफ चिल्ड्रन, वी हैव सीन अ वेरी
Examples in our
हॉलीवुड
society.
एग्जांपल्स
Oh,
हियर.
yes.
सो बच्चे कैसे हम लोग ले लेंगे,
Distribute करेंगे.
क्या बात कर रहे हो, क्या बात कर रहे हो. और फिर तुम लोग you know, you, like you said, you want the marriage to work. Then what is it that you're investing in the marriage? उसका भी तो लिस्ट बनाओ ना.
So उस कॉन्ट्रैक्ट में सबसे ऊपर चाहिए what are you going to invest?
Yeah.
You know?
तो ये ना बहुत ही ट्रांजैक्शनल होता है, एंड आई फील इट इज मोर ड्रिवन बाय मनी. और यू नो सारिका, एक बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट चीज है, बहुत पैसा होना इज नॉट अ सर्टिफिकेट बाय विच यू विल हैव हैप्पीनेस एंड जॉय इन योर लाइफ. हाँ, या तुम रोगे तो BMW में रोगे, पर वो BMW ना क्या है, हाँ क्या है वो. सो मेनी टाइम्स वी टेक कार्स एंड आवर बॉडीज एज अ सिमिली. सो तुम रो रहे हो और तुम BMW में रो रहे हो.
Doesn't matter कहाँ रो रहे हो, तुम रो ही क्यों रहे
रो
हो.
ही रहो.
Yeah.
So not a very happy place to be.
It's not. So in short, let's sum it up and say that prenuptial contract की जरूरत पड़ती है तभी something is wrong.
Yes.
You know, the base itself is wrong.
Yes.
But when do you consider after getting married? When do you consider a marriage irrevocable. Because I'm going to ask you the other side of the story also.
Okay.
That this one thing and you should just quit.
So it never is that one event. It is a culmination of many events that makes a person decide कि अब शायद ये मैरिज नहीं चल सकता. तो ये क्या कल्मिनेशन होता है? Inavailability to each other, not having anything of interest in each other, totally disengaged, and to top it all, you're disrespectful. And then one day you come and you say, I want out of the marriage.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
So, if you want out of the marriage, please understand the other partner may be still in love with you. So I know of some person जिसने उल्टे फेरे लगाए because emotionally she was very attached to the guy and he walked out. So उसको भी तो एक जर्नी हुआ ना, and you just walk out.
Yeah.
Because you found somebody, but the person you have left may not
Is still
have found
into you.
And understand one thing, when you decide to part, it's not only the two of you are parting. One is the family's part, and it's sometimes very bitter.
Yes.
A lot of things that should not be said is said, and these remain in your memory. Secondly, your set of friends together also divide. You lose out on them also. So, but still, if it is so toxic that you want out, please go ahead. But be real about it's not going to be easy.
Oh, no.
Yeah. And then again, too, because, many times we cannot, our children will also go. Sarika. So we are having a lot of seniors also, a lot of marital things are happening, nowadays on Insta.
Yes.
So, yes, they are thinking of finding a companion, meeting. पर उसमें एक डर रहता है ना. पर वो चांस लेना भी कुछ गलत नहीं है. कंपेनियनशिप तो चाहिए ना.
चाहिए.
देखो, when two people are living together and one of them is no more, और सुबह की जो चाय 2 कप बनती है वो अब 1 कप.
और पिए किसके साथ?
हाँ, और शेयर करते हैं चीजें. So all these things, it's worth having. So I'm saying you're blessed in your life if you have one person with whom you can, be yourself.
Beautiful.
एक भी ऐसा अपनी जिंदगी में होना बहुत बड़ी चीज है, बहुत बड़ी कमाई है.
You are wealthy.
You're wealthy, yes.
मैम, इंस्टाग्राम पे आपने बोला तो एक दूसरा एक्सट्रीम सोसाइटी में देखने को मिल रहा है वेयर द लास्ट मंथ इंस्टाग्राम वाज ऑल फ्लडेड विद दिस डॉक्टर कपल हु डिवोर्स्ड इन 1 डे. म्हणजे असे एक्सट्रीम्स पण बघायला मिळत आहेत आपल्याला. हाऊ, एक तर टेक्निकली आय डोंट नो हाऊ दॅट इज पॉसिबल, बट व्हॉट चेंज्ड इन 1 डे असं वाटायला लागतं की नाही? बिकॉज यू सेड you come to that point. It doesn't happen in 1 day, which is why I asked you ki what is that one thing. So असं एक काही नसतं. A lot of series of events असतात which bring you to that point.
Yeah, agree.
But divorcing in 1 day is also.
But I know also of cases in my city where people have divorced in 1 day.
And
We were, we thought we were cut out for marriage.
And then
But
in
it's
1 day you decided.
Yeah, no, this doesn't work for me. It's okay. Why we have celebrities who have stayed 1 day in a marriage, 1 week in a marriage, and then they said it's not for them, and they've never got married again.
You are changing my perspectives of so many things in life.
Yeah. And she was an anchor for a very famous show. I'm talking about Simi Gariwal. A short marriage, and then she realized. So it's better now you realize and move out. Then,
Suffering
take the pain.
into it.
Yeah.
True. Ma'am, since we are talking about divorces, we are talking about separations or maybe just breakups. And like we said, it is taking a toll on everyone's physical, emotional, financial health. So what would you advise for everyone getting into a relationship from the point of view of having a parallel support system? I'm trying to ask you because generally when we get into a relationship, we make that one person our entire world. Should we refrain ourselves from doing that?
So I told you now, what are the things you do together?
Yes.
What are the things you do alone?
Yes.
So you don't compromise one for the other. Just because you're together. So whatever I like to do, if I don't do it, I'm not happy. How will I, spread happiness around me?
If I'm
If I'm
not
not at all happy in my being. सो दोनों भी करो, दोनों एक साथ भी करो, अकेले में भी जो आपके लेजर एक्टिविटी है, हॉबीज है, उसको भी रखो. किसी को म्यूजिक में इंटरेस्ट है और बहुत ही अच्छा शास्त्रीय संगीत में रस लगता है, तो डोंट सैक्रिफाइस इट बिकॉज योर हस्बैंड डजंट एंजॉय इट. एंड यू प्लीज डोंट गो एंड सी क्रिकेट इफ इट्स वेरी बोरिंग फॉर यू. So let him go for cricket and you go and do your Shastriya Sangeet.
And apart from activities, is it also not important to have a good friend circle?
Yeah.
Yeah? Because worst comes to worst, at least they are there for you.
Yeah. So even this I would say, कि दो हस्बैंड वाइफ एक साथ टीवी देख रहे हैं या दिन में 10 बार फोन करते हैं एक दूसरे को, मतलब बहुत अच्छा मैरिज चल रहा है. What is the content that you are sharing in those phone? And what is it in sedentary watching a television together, a serial, or stop going about some other family? Are you connecting? So बहुत intentionally हमने एक साथ डीपर लेवल पर कॉन्वर्सेशंस रखने हैं. सो इफ आई से रिलेशनशिप का ब्लड क्या है ना, तो इट इज कम्युनिकेशन. तो अगर जब तक आप कम्युनिकेट करते रहो, मुझे ये अच्छा लगा, मुझे ये, हम क्या बोलते हैं, फीलिंग्स मत बताओ बाबा. लड़के हो तो बिल्कुल भी मत बताओ. क्या सिखाया हमने?
पर वही तो बताने चाहिए.
तो फिर ना, if I have a group of people and I'm taking a workshop, so I ask how many have cried in the last 2-3 months. So sheepishly 1 or 2 hands go up.
And there also you will find more of women, expressing.
No, I sometimes I have only men in the
Okay.
workshop. So just 2 or 3 hands go up and they are also very sheepish. And हम रो दिए तो हमारे फैमिली में क्या लगेगा, हम सपोर्ट सिस्टम है. अरे आप ह्यूमन हो, आप अपना ह्यूमन साइड दिखा रहे हो. आप गॉड तो नहीं प्ले कर रहे हो ना फैमिली में, और मत करो.
So
Your children
express
will
your
connect
emotions.
with you better if they see the father also as a human being, and with not only perfections, he has his moments also.
Oh yes,
वो भी up and down में जाते हैं ना पापा.
100%. So sometimes I feel men are very harsh upon themselves.
Yes, in this social stereotyping.
Yes.
That so now we women, we mothers, we grandmothers, and our children who are going to get married have to get very alert on this. सो ये बोलना बहुत गलत है. तू बेटा है, तू रो रहा है, तू लड़की है, क्या रो रहा है, क्या बात है? रोना तो इमोशन है, उसको तुम दबा रहे हो, आएगा बॉडी में.
करेक्ट
है ना, साइकोसोमैटिक ये वो सब निकलेगा. फीलिंग्स को एक्सप्रेस करना अप्रोप्रिएटली, ये भी सिखाना है.
और आई गेस अगेन लड़कों को ज्यादा सिखाने की जरूरत है. That it's okay to be not okay.
Yes, it's okay to be not, and it's okay to be. देखो उनके ऊपर भी हम रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी डाल देते हैं. बच्चा जैसे पैदा हुआ लड़का, तो तू ब्रेड विनर है फैमिली के लिए, तेरे को हम सबकी देखभाल कर, इतना बर्डन हम उसको दे देते हैं. अब वो कैसे वो अपने आप को फ्री महसूस करे?
So हमने women को इंडिपेंडेंट बनाना सिखा लिया, बट हम लोग भूल गए to teach the men that
Yes.
you can also feel, express like a woman.
Yes. And this is where, I appreciate Gen Z. They express. आप बड़े जोर की आवाज से मुझसे बोले, आपने गाली लगाई. Be respectful. है ना, हम तो ये बोलते भी नहीं थे, है ना. Anything is okay. वो
Everything
बड़े
is
हैं.
okay.
So they have now started respecting not age. ते पाया नहीं पड़त.
Oh, another very common trend. I have seen it with my own daughter. In fact, you get to learn from them.
Yeah. So the person they respect, out of whatever parameters they have, they also have a parameter. उसमें आप बैठ रहे हो तो आपको रिस्पेक्ट देंगे.
Not for
अगर
your
आप
age.
उनको हमेशा जज करोगे, मैं बड़ा हूँ, चलो गिव मी रिस्पेक्ट, ऐसे कैसे कमांड कर रहे हो रिस्पेक्ट? It has to be earned, no?
Yeah, of course.
It has to be earned.
Ma'am, like we just said, everything is easier said than done.
Yes.
And we were talking about couples trying to, drag it out in their marriage. And most of the times it is for the child's sake. So, should you, for the children's sake, pull on your marriage?
That your marriage is not working, the first witness to the drama is the child. तो आप कितना inauthentic life जी रहे हो और क्या वो बच्चे को समझ नहीं आ रहा है. And why do you want to split the child? Why do you want to play, one over the other? ये करने की ज़रूरत ही नहीं है ना. Children are very mature. Of course they feel bad. They want papa also, they want mama also. They feel bad. A broken family हो रहा है. But they are able to deal with it. And आजकल ना ये जो टैबू है ना हेल्प लेने का, so there is a word ask, seek, and knock. And everything will be open to you. If you have a problem, ask. If you seek advice, if you want to go for therapy, please go.
Ma'am, that is so much of a stigma. It's
Stigma.
a stigma
It's still a stigma.
amongst all of us. Asking for help.
So, no, I'm talking about, in very professional circles where I was part of. So one of them said, oh, so she's going to a shrink. If we start talking like that,
What are we doing?
हाँ. So क्या होता है किसी से हेल्प लेना में क्या करते हैं हम उसका लाइफ में रिकैलिब्रेशन कर रहे हैं है ना. एंड यू नीड अ न्यूट्रल पर्सन, अ थर्ड पार्टी टू टॉक टू,
Yes.
who's not going to judge you, just listen to you. और ऐसा अगर अवेलेबल है आज तो वो
Why
हेल्प लेने
not?
में क्या गड़बड़ है. सो आई एम वेरी प्राउड दैट पीपल लाइक सेलिब्रिटी लाइक दीपिका पादुकोण एंड ऑल हैव कम आउट एंड स्पोकन
Openly.
ऑन मेंटल हेल्थ. या एंड देयर आर मेनी नहीं कोई देख लेगा हमको तो ये कर लेगा वो कर
क्या सोचेंगे?
हाँ क्या सोचे किसका क्या जाता है. यू आर लिविंग थ्रू हेल ना.
Yeah.
चेंज योर लाइफ.
True. Sometimes I feel all of us, life should have given all of us that one chance, that one restart, reset, refresh button.
Sarika, you can put it right now.
Yeah.
That button is there, press it.
Yeah, yeah.
Do it right now. है ना. तो घुट घुट के जीना है ये भी एक चॉइस है और अपने तरीके से जीना ये भी एक चॉइस है. और जब तुम अपने तरीके से जियोगे, जब तुमने ये चॉइस लिया तो कुछ और चीजें आपके तरीके से नहीं होगा. तो उसके लिए भी दम रखो.
So you have to pay a price.
Yeah. So that price is worth than not being authentic to who I am. If I don't like unmeaningful social circles and I push myself there, I get drained. But if I am contributing to somebody's life, I feel energized.
Yeah.
So what should I choose? And it is better for me to go to sleep than this unmeaningful socialization.
Yes.
किसके लिए कर रहे हैं ये? तो वो भी boxes हैं.
We are
to be
going
visible.
round and round in circles, but what you're pointing towards is again the one common thing, that is love yourself. That is paramount. After that, respect yourself. After which, everything else.
Else. Because जब मरोगे ना तो तुम खुद के साथ मरने वाले हो. तो जब जी रहे हो ना तो खुद के साथ जियो, है ना.
Very,
So that
very
ultimate death and all, it's too whenever it comes. Far near, I can't say that. But जियो ना तो अपने terms पे जियो.
Ma'am, relationships से आगे जाके let's take a step further and talk about family planning. Because again, it's a burning issue today since both the man and the woman are busy shaping up their careers. And rightly so. But so they don't have time or rather the inclination to have children. So I might be opening up the floodgates, but बच्चा चाहिए कि नहीं चाहिए? चाहिए तो कितने चाहिए? और एक को चाहिए दूसरे को नहीं चाहिए. What do you do about it?
Yes. So this is that Pandora's
Box open.
Yeah. So there is no one answer. But I would definitely say let the couple decide. है ना. बाकी के फैमिली वाले उसमें मत घुसो.
फैमिली प्रेशर सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट चीज है अपने यहाँ टू हैव अ बच्चा.
चलो शादी होगी, शादी अभी 2
बच्चा,
साल
बच्चा,
हो गए,
बच्चा।
3 साल हो गए, 4 साल हो गए, क्या है, क्या नहीं कर रहे, क्या क्या है, आप किसी के पास लेके जाओ, IVF करो। अरे इतना प्रेशर है कि द विमेन, द फर्टिलिटी itself has
Drops down.
drops down in men and women.
Yeah.
And if they are not having that in them to look after another life, I would say please don't create
A life.
a life which you are not going to nurture. ये सबसे बड़ी परेशानी हो जाएगी। फिर उस बच्चे का क्या होगा?
हो ही
Who's
रही है।
unwanted?
Yeah.
Who's unwanted?
Yeah.
फिर तुमने किया क्यों वो? और प्रेशर के लिए किया तो वो दादा दादी और नाना नानी जिंदा है तब तक देखेंगे,
उसके
और
बाद?
दोनों गए तो फिर हम दूसरों के लिए बच्चा नहीं करते, हम अपने लिए बच्चा करते हैं। और एक और चीज में बता, साइलेंटली हम वो बच्चे के ऊपर ना बहुत प्रेशर डालते हैं कि तुम हमारा सहारा हो, सहारी हो। गर्ल बॉय, आई एम नॉट सेइंग दैट। सो प्लीज अलाउ दैट, पतंग उड़ने के लिए ढील देनी पड़ती है। वो बच्चे को तुम ढील दो, और जब दैट time comes to separate and detach, which was very beautifully infused in the Hindu philosophy that we have lost now.
Yes.
है ना, कि वनप्रस्थ आ गया, उसके बाद वो डिटैचमेंट शुरू करना है, वो हम करते ही नहीं है, और फिर लगे रहे हैं।
हम
ऐसा ही
अपने
है।
बच्चों में
हाँ,
लगे हैं,
हाँ।
फिर अपने ग्रैंड बच्चों में लगे हैं।
और फिर डिस्कम्फर्ट एंड नॉट फीलिंग केयर्ड फॉर एंड अबैंडन्ड एंड ऑल दैट। जरूरत नहीं, अपना लाइफ तुम लिखो ना।
But ma'am, so many times nowadays couples decide not to have children, okay?
Yeah.
And when the basics are settled, early 40s or about 45, you start feeling the vacuum. By then it's too late.
Late.
But somehow the lady is convinced that she now wants to have a child. तो biological issues शुरू हो जाते हैं. Then comes the financial burden, the physical burden to go through that IVF. So किस एज तक डिसाइड करना चाहिए दैट yes we want to go ahead or no, now we are at a point of no return?
तो सारिका, आप तो मेडिकल वाली हो, तो 35 के आगे जेरियाट्रिक प्रेगनेंसी, एंड नाउ एवरीबडी इज देयर,
Yes.
है ना। सो इट वाज रेयर टू हियर एन ऐश्वर्या राय गेटिंग प्रेग्नेंट एट 38. नाउ एवरीबडी इज देयर. ओके, सो अगेन आई वुड से यू हैव टू रिस्पेक्ट योर चॉइस. तो अगर तुमको बच्चा उस समय चाहिए और इतना खर्चा हो रहा है, और इट्स वेरी इंट्रूसिव द मेथड of conceiving and everything, very very whatever, so you have taken that choice.
Ma'am, not just that, I'm sorry to interrupt, but आपका बच्चा अर्ली 20s में पहुंचता है, तब तक आप 50s में पहुंचते हो, तो यू बर्न आउट. तो आपको ऐसे नहीं लगता कि अगर नहीं चाहिए तो डोंट गो सो मच लेटर इन लाइफ एंड सिट एंड हैव अ चाइल्ड? आई फील बिकॉज बायोलॉजिकली तो वो टैक्सिंग है ही, बट आप क्या ही दौड़ोगे उस बच्चे के पीछे जब आप 50s में पहुंच जाओगे.
हाँ, सो देखो, एक नर्चरेंस रहता है विमेन में. सो यू से ना कपल है, तो उसमें एक को बच्चा चाहिए, एक को नहीं चाहिए. सो आई एम क्लोजली एसोसिएटेड विद इन डिस्ट्रिक्ट preventive center, it's called DPACA.
Okay.
So there we also have an adoption center, and today the markets for adoption has changed. Line lagi hui hai. So when I had given up working, I thought there I will go and counsel people to adopt, and now I see a total different scene. They don't need me. People are willing to adopt.
Really?
Yeah. अरे महीनों का है register.
Then what happens to Mere Vansh Ka Diya and all that? I'm very sorry, but I wanted to come to this point because, again, another topic no one likes to be talking about,
Yes.
especially we as women.
Huh.
We don't want to talk about it, but it is so rampant, it is so prevalent, madam. You tell me, what is this obsession, especially in the Indian social structure, to have a male child? To have that vansh ka diya. What is this vansh ka diya? What is this budhape ka sahara doing to you? Once he gets married, either he'll pick up his daughter, his wife and children, go and settle down elsewhere, और नहीं तो फिर US चले जाएगा. किस चीज के लिए this obsession, especially women like you, me, our mothers, our grandmothers? Why this obsession for a male child? It is a very sorry state of affairs, but women are responsible for this.
So this has come not today. This has been ingrained over the years.
I'm sure.
The male child. So even if you look at Mahabharat or those stories also, we don't hear of a sister there fighting or getting any visibility, right? It was a male-dominated society. So that has been ingrained. सूर्यवंशी तो वो हमारे में ingrained है. हाँ, अब जो ingrained है उसको भी हमने थोड़ा सा निकाल के उसको देखना चाहिए. What is this? So बच्चा किया है ताकि वो मुझे देखे. It is a very selfish way of living.
Why not, ma'am? What is wrong?
बच्चे को तुमने किया because you wanted to nurture somebody. You wanted to see that person arrives to their potential. That is the goal of life. So जो तुम्हारे में है वो तुम सब कर पाओ और फिर उसको करते समय पकड़ के लो. अभी देखो
But ma'am,
वो पतंग को उड़ने ही नहीं दिया.
correct. The other side of the coin.
हाँ.
You know, I have done whatever best to my ability for my child. I have brought the child up.
Yeah.
Tomorrow, if I'm expecting the same kind of support from the child when I need it the most,
हाँ.
am I doing something wrong?
Yes. Sarika, if you were choiceless, I would say yes. But there are choices today. And people with children, with male child, with sons and daughters, have made choices to move into senior living facility. Have decided to stay because उनको ना companionship नहीं है. अभी क्या होता है घर में भी बच्चे लोग आए ना तो अपने अपने इसमें लगे रहते,
दुनिया में
मोबाइल में रहते,
Yes.
इसमें रहते. So that old person feels very isolated and lonely. So जब loneliness starts striking, then अगर तुमको पता है ऐसा है तो तुम there is a financials to it.
Oh, yes.
It's not very I should say very
Black and white kind of a thing.
It doesn't suit every person.
Yes.
But if it does, please look at that option. So, so some 97, 98, I met a professor. He's very senior, emeritus from New York University. He had a daughter in the US, and he said, I'm going to move myself. His wife was already there in a care center. And he said, याच्यानंतर मी तिथे जाणार आहे राहायला. पण जिथपर्यंत मी तिथे नाही जात ना, SNDT युनिवर्सिटी से पूरा भारत घूमते थे वो. सो दैट्स व्हाट आई एम सेइंग. तो तुम्हारे पास चॉइस है ना, तुम क्यों बर्डन बनना चाहते हो कि एक अपेंडेज लेके घूमो मेरे साथ. मी एंड माई हस्बैंड विल नॉट बी स्टेइंग विथ आवर डॉटर. And this I tell in every forum. I may take a house, maybe close to her, and maybe we move to a senior living.
So you're trying to say that we
ये
as
choice
parents
अपना ले लो ना
and
choice.
should not expect that our
और इसमें
children should
गिल्ट
take
क्या
it.
है? इसमें गिल्ट क्या है? देखो जो लोगों ने ना सीनियर्स का किया, अब तुम उनकी स्टोरीज सुनो. मेरी पूरी जवानी चली गई,
Oh yes.
है ना. मैं कौन अच्छे खुशी से कर रहा है? एंड डू यू वांट समवन टू से दैट फॉर यू? सो अपने आप डिसाइड करो ना. अगर चॉइसेस है अवेलेबल, जब चॉइस नहीं था तो बात अलग थी. और इसमें करने को ना ऐसे लिव करने के लिए करेज भी लगता है. हाँ, तो क्योंकि क्या लोग क्या बोलेंगे, अबैंडन कर दिया.
So you've changed the very basic of the entire, conversation. That don't expect that your children should support you.
Yeah.
If they do very well and good, otherwise be prepared.
देखो अभी एक और मैं यहाँ पर बात कर रही हूँ. व्हेन यू डिसाइड टू रिटायर हो गए, फिर हमारे एडल्ट चिल्ड्रन के साथ हम रहने चले गए, है ना. आपका उस एडल्ट बच्चे के साथ रिलेशनशिप कैसा था, उसके वाइफ के साथ रिलेशनशिप कैसा है. अब आप उनके पास जा रहे हो रहने को, तो थोड़ा नहीं, बहुत ज़्यादा एडजस्टमेंट आपको करना पड़ेगा. Are you willing? You don't have any friends. You don't have anybody you know there except for your son and daughter-in-law.
Yeah.
And they have made a life of their own. है ना. So बच्चे भी ना, ग्रैंड चिल्ड्रन भी थोड़े देर के लिए आएंगे आपके पास. So again I say, I work in this area of retirees. So you need a purpose for next 30 years. बस हम फैमिली में लगे रहेंगे, ये क्या गोल हुआ. और फिर फैमिली ने हमको निगलेक्ट कर दिया तो दुखी हो गए. दैट कांट बी योर गोल. फिर कैसे भी ट्रीट किया तो हमको लेना पड़ा. हमने तो सब बच्चे के नाम पे कर दिया. यहाँ थोड़ा सा ना होशियारी रहो.
All the social issues we are generally uncomfortable talking about and shove under the carpet were open for discussion today. पर ये तो सिर्फ ट्रेलर था. पिक्चर अभी बाकी है मेरे दोस्त. Stay tuned for more insights on life with none other than Dr. Meera Kulkarni in part 2 of this podcast coming up soon. Thank you and God be with all of us.